Today is the first day of Ramadan, and of course, as you hear, maybe this dog outside now don't like people who are moving in the street in the evening because a lot of people now they are preparing for fasting. Of course, they bring their food and they eat their food, prepare themselves for the whole day, which will start after a while. And of course, this is Ramadan in Egypt. We don't sleep. We can say something like that. All of us don't sleep, and we love very much Ramadan, as you know. All of the Arab countries, but in Egypt, something very special. Why? Because we created a lot of wonderful things for Ramadan since long time, and we spread it all of these things what we created, what I will explain to you, of course, to all of the Arab countries. And the beginning actually was in Egypt. Welcome to my new video for Ramadan, of course, which I hope you like it. And of course, I will explain to you a lot of things sometimes, or let me say a lot of type of performance. Sometimes many people or many dancers think or believe that it is type of dancing, but it is not. There are two special performance belongs to Ramadan. One of them are very famous more than the other, which it is the Tanoura. As you say, Tanoura dancing, or as you hear, Tanoura dancing. Of course, Tanoura became a type of dance, later became a type of dance, but in the beginning was something completely different. All of you know exactly the story of Tanoura. I think so that because Tanoura in the beginning was not a type of dance as much as a type of ritual performance, which I love very much to say something like this. This ritual performance began or started in the beginning in Konya in Turkey, and of course started with Jalal ad-Din al-Rumi, as you know the story of Jalal ad-Din al-Rumi, of course. If you like to explain to you the story, please write me on my comment or send me any question about it. Then I will explain to you much more about the story or the beginning of Tanoura performance. But anyway, around 1970, we changed the way of Tanoura here in Egypt to become a type of dance, and we spread it everywhere all over the world. Most of the dancers believe 100% that this type of dance belongs to Islamic art or a type of Islamic performance, which it is correct, of course. But on the other hand, we changed it a little bit, not same like before. We created much more colors because in the beginning was only one color. We changed it to be the fabric, I mean, to be much more colors, and later we changed it once more again, these colors to change it once more again, and we created also light onto the Tanoura. This is very quickly the Tanoura in Egypt after we changed it and became this type of dance as you know. But we still doing Tanoura or performing Tanoura, especially in Ramadan. So this is the first performance belongs to Ramadan. Long ago was exactly a lot of tents here in Egypt full of a lot of people entered these tents full of music and songs, singers, men or women, men and women, no problem in this, and was also dancing in these tents long ago. We changed it a little bit now and it became much more, let me say, we stopped dancing in these tents now regarding to some points. You know them, of course, as you heard what had happened exactly. And this way of people think against dancing or this way, as you know. But long ago, I still remember was dancing. I was one of the dancers who performed inside one of these tents maybe 30 years ago or much more. I was wonderful, of course. In Ramadan, especially in Ramadan, we performed or we were performed this type of folk arts, not exactly Oriental dancing or belly dancing. The Oriental dancing and belly dancing stopped in Ramadan. as usual all over the Arab countries also, except some of the hotels which belongs or which full of foreigners coming and visiting Egypt. So we have some belly dancers or oriental dancing in these hotels, but outside it is not so easy to find it like that. Only 30 days, and then after that we come back again to our main dancing or our way of dancing. But Tanoura, one of the performance belongs to Ramadan, as I told you, and you can find it everywhere, all over Egypt. Later, most of the Arab countries began to imitate us also, and they doing the same. Another type of performance, but it is not type of dancing, which we call it Zikr. Zikr means mention. Mentioned, I can say mention someone, but this Zikr mention God. A group of people, men or women, but only men or only women. They gathered in one place and they start to mention God in a special way, and they do a special type of movements during mention God. This is another type of performance, which I call it is also ritual performance, not dancing. Sometimes I see some dancers and some non-specialists in this type of art. They call it also dancing, but it is completely wrong when we say dancing. It is type of performance, because ritual performance, which belongs to religion. In some of the Arab countries, you can find yes also this type of zikr, of course, and in Turkey, in Persian, in Gulf area, Arab countries such as also Saudi Arabia, Libya, Morocco, many places, many Arab places, you can find yes also this type of zikr, and changing depends on the society and how they can do this type of performance by special type of movements. No problem in that. So this is the second point. Also, we have something very nice. I love it very much, and really I miss it since long time, which it is lantern dance, which belongs only Ramadan. What is the meaning of lantern dance actually? Maybe you saw them or maybe not, I don't know. This belongs, or this type of performance belongs to children. This phenomenon began in Egypt maybe over 700 years ago, or maybe a little bit more, belongs only Ramadan. Why? That means exactly, or let me explain you from the beginning, or the meaning of this type of dance. It is type of lantern, has a special wax inside. Children going in the street in the evening and play with this lantern together. Each one of them have his own or her own lantern, and they do some performance together in the streets with some songs belongs only Ramadan. This is what I am talking about. It began, as I told you, around 700 years ago or something like that, when the Egyptians created, not like this way of dancing, but people went outside waiting to the sheikh. He went over the mountain, a special mountain in Egypt. We call it Mokattam Mountain. We were waiting for him until he coming to us to say that he saw the moon or the half moon, something like this, which it means the beginning of Ramadan or something like that. Why? Because as I told you, Ramadan, one of the Arabian months, which it means exactly, or these months exactly belongs to the lunar calendar. So this is why we were waiting, because this long time, 700 years ago or something like that, was not electricity in Egypt. So they were waiting for him to make celebration for Ramadan if he come and say that he saw the half moon or something like this, and this is Ramadan. So we created this type of lantern to light the street for him, and until he go to the mosque, or this story, what I explained to you. After that, or day by day, it changed, or year by year, it changed until it became a special type of movements, or let me say, performance belongs to children. So this is not a type of ritual performance, but it is type of dancing, because yes, it belongs to Ramadan as I told you, but it is type of dancing belongs children. So these three performances, as I told you, the first performance, which it is the Tanoura dancing, and or then the Zikr performance. So Tanoura dancing, Zikr performance, and for the children, lantern dance. These three ways or forms of performance belongs to Ramadan, as I told you, and we love very much watching them. I don't remember that I had lantern long ago from my family or something like this, because maybe they forgot to bring me one. But I love it very much, and I saw some of my friends long ago when we were children. I remember some of my friends or neighborhoods, they had one and they were playing with it in the street. This is exactly the Ramadan in Egypt. Later we spread it, all of these types of performance all over the Arab countries, as I told you, which became also a phenomenon all over the Arab countries. This was my video for today, which of course I hope you like it for the Ramadan. And we love Ramadan very much because Ramadan is a month of goodness and have a lot of wonderful things all the time. We invited for someone, or we invited someone to us, something like that. The families visited each other's, and we sat together. In the end, we eat together and do a lot of wonderful things. So we love Ramadan very much, and we're waiting for Ramadan every year for this wonderful atmosphere what we love. So that was my video for today, which I hope you like it. And of course, I will be waiting for any comment or any question you have. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video.